Hello, we are now at the halfway point of this 14-day video blog project, 1 week down and 1 more week to go. And if there's one thing that I'm sure of, it is that time is not getting any slower. I am a Catholic seminary named Kyle, and I am becoming a deacon in 7 days. Well, this will just have to be one of those quick updates because time is just not slowing down. In fact, I think it's just speeding up. And honestly, if it wasn't for all the stuff that was going on right now, I'd probably be feeling my nerves quite a bit more. I got a little taste of that this morning, actually. It was 9:30, we got out of Mass, and looked at my watch, so it was 9:30, and my ordination is going to be at 9:30 next Saturday. And that thought occurred to me that a week from now to the minute, I'll be processing into my ordination, and that that kind of hit me, made it real. And so meanwhile, I was just kind of having a little moment, just thinking, but wow, this is really happening, and am I really prepared? Because the easy answer is yes, I'm as ready as I can be, and God will pick up the rest. But still, there are those worries. For instance, knowing the parts of the liturgy, making sure I don't make mistakes. Actually, at this point, a lot of the worries at this point, they're all a bunch of detail stuff. Mistakes, tripping on my alb, going up the stairs, doing silly things like that. So, I mean, there's those things. Those little worries are probably covering up some more existential concerns that I'm facing. Anyway, when I was having this little moment right after Mass, looking ahead to the future a week from now, one of the deacons came up to me and said, hey, you know, Kyle, when you're prostrate on the ground, when you're laying on the ground, a trap door opens and they cut off your balls. Ha! And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I needed that. With the deacons in the house have been such a great support for me. Some of them really quite self-deprecating, say, hey, buddy, if me and this fool can be ordained as deacons, you can too. It's not as if they're poorly prepared or anything. I mean, they're just they realize they're human, and they allow me to accept the fact that yes, even after ordination, I will still be a human being, and I don't have to be anything more than a human being, which is good because that's how God works, through human beings. That's how God chose to work, with the church in the world through these broken human beings, which is, I guess God knows what He's doing. Going back to the whole prostration thing, I heard a much more theologically sophisticated explanation of prostration, real comparing that to death, of that laying down on the floor is a symbol of death, so dying to self on the ground and rising up to a new life. And it's very beautiful, but also quite unsettling. And actually this past week for preaching class, we were talking about funerals. So we saw all these pictures of the coffin with the funeral pall on top sitting in front of the altar. And I looked at all these pictures and I was thinking, the place where that coffin is like roughly where I would be as a prostrate on the ground for my ordination. So that was an interesting image. Do you think that will be occupying the same place in a church that is reserved for dead people? Yeah, nerves. I mean, it's not. Every once in a while, just the anxiousness. It's not like causing me to run out of the room screaming, but it's there. And as this priest was telling me, if you're not feeling this trepidation as you're approaching the awesomeness of the sacrament of this death to self, then what are you doing? So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Okay, well, that's it for now. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.